what's going on? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are doing your weekly reading. Whoop whoop. I think this is the second week of February. We just had a full moon. Pretty intense. I'm sure you guys felt the vibes from it, heightened. Just a lot of energy moving around. You know, there's this general theme of, dreams. I love that for you, Libra. There's this general theme of like kind of really tuning in to who we are and what we want and adjusting our choices and decisions accordingly. There's been a lot of naysayers that have been popping up, right? So let's get into it, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers obviously welcome. The energy is fluid as long as the message resonates. Take what's yours, leave the rest behind, right? All right, here we go. Ooh, wah. So nightmares. So, you know, that's a tough spot to be in, right? Things that are keeping us awake at night, things that are plaguing our mind, our dreams. This feels like, you know, you're definitely in a space where the people, places, and things around you are triggering some of this, the situations that you're getting involved in. And you really just need a breath, like a deep breath of air. I mean, like, I don't mean to oversimplify it by any means, but it's almost like I'm hearing it as space. Like you just need a little space, a little time to catch your breath, right? Because you don't really know what to believe and what not to, how this lines up with your vision. There's actually, that card has probably popped up easily for like 3 or 4 zodiac signs this week. So again, kind of as I was talking about, definitely look into the astrology video too if you're interested, because I did talk a lot about this week. You know, just that need to really take time, whether it's through self-love, self-care, just investing in ourselves and what our vision is for our future. That's really where we find our happiness and our success. Not by doing what everyone else is saying, you know, like listening to because everybody's always going to have an opinion, right? About what you should be doing and how you should be doing it. But if we're making choices out of obligation or, you know, feeling the need to please someone else, or we think it's like I don't want to say the right thing, but you know how it's like the practical world and the spiritual world are two different things. That's why manifesting is, yes, it's about the energy of being able to create those desires, believing that you'll receive them, right? Taking action to receive them, but also not clogging that energy with, you know, the shoulds. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes I overcomplicate. I get too lost up here, unfortunately. But you know, I mean, I think I like this card for you. This has also been popping out. You know, it's that level of humanity. Like, we're all effing humans. We all make choices that sometimes we are proud of and sometimes not so much. And I think part of that humanness, part of having to see the good and the bad, not only within ourselves, but with other people, is it forces us to align with and make better decisions for ourselves out of the space of tension and frustration and strife. 5 of Swords energy popped out. 6 of Cups energy, or 7 of Cups, sorry. And the Tower. So something might have happened that, like, obviously it's stressing you out with those nightmares. I feel like you don't have all the information, though, is what I want to say, especially with that 7 of Cups popping out. that is when we get too lost up in here, too lost in the fantasies, the what ifs, the unknowns. And that's part of where that fear is coming out to play. You might have had a moment, like I said, where you maybe made a decision that wasn't in alignment with who you authentically are. And it's stressing you out. I think it is about taking a breath, right? Like this to me, this card to me is also about like, again, taking time for your self-love, self-care, making sure that you're carving out those moments for you. We all need them. I mean, I think that's like how we recharge. Even if we like being around people, etc. You know, like, I don't know. I almost look at it like too much energy around can be really chaotic, really crazy making. Yeah, switching the perspective. So... okay, that makes a lot of sense for you, Libra. It's like the fear, like whatever you're kind of, wherever you're putting your fears, it's not grounded in truth. And you need to flip that perspective about things. You know, maybe you had a human moment, 100%. And you're also dealing with other people that are having human moments, right? And it's kind of creating some tension, some drama. You're not feeling included. You're kind of feeling pushed out of the circle, right? But there needs to be a shift in perspective around this. It's actually going to help you create that vision. Knight of Pentacles is, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, earth sign energy. Okay, so and this is Taurus energy right here. So you could be dealing with a Taurus sign. You could just also be dealing with someone who's very slow, very methodical, takes their time, very invested in money, finances, the material world. And kind of doing things in a very traditional way. But this also speaks to you. To me, this is a very, you know, like it has a lot of spiritual undertones because it rules like religion and our traditional way of doing things and how we kind of stand in our integrity and honor. And I feel like you're really working from that space, Libra. Yeah. Especially as it relates to what you're growing and building. That's family, that's legacy. And to me, like, even though not all of us ascribe to a certain religion or belief system, like having that Hierophant energy is kind of like planning out your legacy, right? Like how you want to build your finances, your home, your family, what you want to leave behind. And doing it from that space of integrity. And like, this is what I want to grant my future generations with. Making sure it is in alignment with your soul. You know, it's a very put together energy. It's very methodical. It means kind of walking that line of the straight and narrow to some capacity. Not saying that you can't have fun or, you know, let loose and have a good time, but this is the energy of where you're at right now. And I feel like it's a lot surrounding how you're building your environment, like the people that you're bringing around you, because family and friends are playing a huge part into this. And that makes a lot of sense if people are kind of leaving you out right now, you know, feeling really bummed out. But like I said, you're seeing things a little bit differently. It could have taken some time for you to get to this space, but I also feel like you're dealing with people that don't really get it either. Okay, Four of Wands. The Four of Wands to me is decisions. Okay. I mean, okay, so it's like, this is really talking, okay, 2 and 2. Two of Swords, 2 of Wands, making a decision about like something that's not really easy. You're having a really hard time putting two things together, you know? And I feel like this is where you kind of have to look back to, yes, your belief system, your values, but also to the places that there is the human component. No matter how much we structure and regulate ourselves, there's always gonna be that like chaotic turn of events. And honestly, that was what was aspecting the full moon a couple days ago, was Uranus. And it was a lot of tension around wanting to rebel, wanting to say F you, you know, or having like the rug pulled from underneath you. So, I don't know, this is about, I feel like you're dealing with a lot of very stubborn people. Knight of Pentacles is a very stubborn energy and almost like locking into a fault. Because what you're dealing with is people, places, and things, whether this is family and friends for you, but they're not like letting you in. There's this Five of Swords energy that's blocking. Or you're blocking it, like the need to like make a decision to move forward. Because the things that are stressing you out, that are making it like very difficult to sleep at night, is it really worth it to have in your environment, no matter how much you know, care for or appreciate that other person? And no shade to anyone, you know, it's just like, we have to sometimes have that really practical energy around what we need to do in order to heal. If we haven't taken that time to address certain issues, you know, we're just going to end up in the same cycle over and over and over again until we learn that lesson. Yeah. And that's kind of what's being blocked for you. You know, I mean, here's the thing. You have a lot of work in front of you, and that might be a little exhausting, especially as you're navigating like all these different dynamics that are happening in your environment. You know, managing people is a full-time job, right? Like it can be a little bit overwhelming. All the different dynamics, you know, how people operate, how your energies connect with one another. And that's why it's important when we are building these visions, when we're kind of putting a lot of energy towards what we're trying to manifest, we have to simplify our life, or else the energy can get too split, meaning it's going a bunch of different ways. And sometimes it can get caught into things that they're just a no. It's like a flat out no. It's not working, right? Like that concept, a closed door, is sometimes a blessing. If we got too deep into something or with someone, then maybe it would have been a more painful lesson. Yeah, there we go. I love that Queen of Cups confirmation. It's just trusting yourself, Libra, a little bit more about what's happening. Not letting this BS fill your mind. Recognizing where that's coming from for you. Perhaps this fire, King of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, someone who intimidates, someone who's bullied you in the past, kind of messed with your psyche a little bit, right? And this is really talking about, this is really talking about someone new coming in and also like bringing in that happiness. Six of Cups. Okay. Yeah, this past energy is showing up. This could be, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple people like, okay. This King of Cups energy, I feel like, has come up for you a lot lately, Libra. It's like, it feels like this is someone who's coming in with something once you kind of move away from this situation, from whatever this block is. And, you know, I feel like it is coming out of a space of integrity and intelligence for you. Like I said, cutting the ties with like the things that just really aren't breathing life into what you're creating, what your vision is, what your goal is essentially over this. And I do feel like there's someone who has kind of like played with that in your psyche. Oh, excuse me. You know, like that value of like trying to work at something from every which angle, even though that door is closed. This has been a really good learning experience. And the more that you kind of do the work, put in the time and the effort towards healing, it's like this new opportunity comes in. It's really heart honoring. It brings a lot of blessings with it. It's solid. It's meant to be like that synergy, you know, just when you vibe with someone in like that really like kind of fun and synchronistic way. I don't feel like you know this person yet. All is okay. I love that. Yeah, I don't feel like you know this person yet. I feel like they come into your environment. I think you just have to remind yourself that no matter where you're at, like it's gonna be okay. I mean, that's like a really hard energy to hold on to. But it's, again, the better it gets, the better it gets, right? Like the more we kind of plug that energy into our place of integrity, you know, the type of life that we're building for ourselves, our money, our finances, our community, our relationships, the better we're building that vision, you know, and eventually we will make it there. This card reminds me of that expansion, moving towards that ultimate, you know, ideal of what you're manifesting. But you got to feel your way through it, Libra. No more of that swords energy. You know, not everything is an analytical answer. Yes, we can rationalize, we can deduce, but just as quantum physics shows us, energy really is legit. You know, there are things that are vibrating, you know, at a subatomic level. And sorry, I don't know why I got into this, but legit. And so it is that value of like attracts like. What we're vibrating, what we're putting out, that is going to be mirrored and attracted back to us. And I feel like you know that. I feel like this situation that you're dealing with, it's just not what you want, and that's okay too. And it's being drawn out because you might be feeling, you know, a little bit kicked to the curb or put on the sidelines. But the more you do the work, the more you do the healing, the closer you're getting to what you want. And what you want is coming in. It's like just around the effing corner, right? But you just have to commit to the practice. Wah, wah, do the work. All right, guys, lots of love. I hope this resonated. Sending lots of love and blessings just so that you can fluidly navigate through whatever you're dealing with. I am here for support. I do readings, wellness consults, energy healings, all that above. So just hit me up if you're interested. Definitely like and comment below if it resonated. I would love to build and grow the community. All right, guys, lots of love and blessings. Have a great one, Libra.